Screaming star, Hello and welcome. We are on to episode 8 this week. Episode 8 of user gameplay, breakdown and reviews. And boy, I've seen some of the videos. We got some good stuff today. Got some very good gameplay. And we've also got a lot of pointers to show, because there's some mistakes in there, which is good. We welcome the mistakes, because without the mistakes we're not going to improve. So who do we have? Who do we have for the notification gang? Got Haluda. He says hello. How are you, Molly? Haluda, I'm absolutely beautiful today. Katie, 3 minutes before the start of the stream, came in and was like, oh, I just made you a sausage sandwich. So absolute shout out to Katie. I had to wolf it down so quickly. But it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We've also got Bluff J. How we doing, brother? Welcome on in. We got the Hazy. We've got the Lazy. Hazy Lazy Productions makes all of the graphics for the Stoner Coalition. So if you do want any graphics done, send them a message and negotiate something. You can do pretty much anything and everything that you desire. We've also got Carbon 14. Welcome on in. Thanks for being here. Another TTV viewer. Welcome on in, brother. Thanks for being here. We've got Danny Boy. Oh, Danny Boy. Absolute legend in our community. Welcome on in. Hope you're well. Danny, side note, do not tell me anything about football until I've watched it. I'll be watching it all the way through without knowing the score after the stream. So please do not say anything. We've got Electrical Longboard. Welcome on in. We've got Joint Effort. Welcome on in. And we've got You're a Towel. No. You're a Towel. So let's get into the first set of videos we're going to be doing. We've got our very own Hazy Lazy. And let's get to it. Starts with Randy D. Nico Cotiers starts late, which pushes you up a bit. Hazy's hesitating. Hazy's hesitating a lot. Hazy's sitting on so much energy. Quite a bit wasting energy here. The opponent chooses to use transmog on mecha over slave. That's why. Cheeky Dougie play in the background. Boom. Great bar there, great bar. This is bar number 2. Easy tips. Just let slave take it. Why? Right there, I'm going to pause it for the first time today. A couple of little sitting on energy, but you didn't really have much and they weren't really fixing it. So in all honesty, it didn't affect the game. Shouldn't do it, but it didn't affect the game. There, the worst case scenario your slave gets mind control for level 2, that's what? 9 seconds? 10 seconds? It will get up to near your new kid. So all you're going to be doing with that mind control is resetting with your tank on your side of the field. It's just let him take it. It gets a little health buff as well. So it's full aggression. Gnomes do not break the threshold. Gnomes did break the threshold, Jesus. They did. All in all, quite a boring match, not gonna lie. A couple of little bits of wasted energy. Awful plays by the opponent. Allows him to get broken down. So lucky with this Dougie there. But all in all, GG Boris. GG. Aggressive. Roy, welcome on in, brother. Welcome on in. So let's load up the next video from our Hazy Lazy. Let's go. How are we all doing? We're all good. Starts deep with Mecha. Poor little girly girl. Well, level 4 epics. Quick question, Hazy. Your opening hand. You've got Slave there and Mecha. You opt for Mecha, right? It's a normal starting card unit. It baits out Unholy Combustion, Lightning Bolt, Power Bind, etc. You play it. Normal plays, nothing questioned here. Sat on for an extra second, but that's you. You just sit on energy. This play, why would you start with Mecha if you're going to drop Slave next? Is it because A, you're baiting on Unholy Combustion, Transmog or something like that? Or B, you have no idea what you're doing? Let's find out what happens. Welcome on in person. Wait for it. Hold, and click. Beautiful click, and boom. 3 clocks. Easy claps. Yeah. Very nice play there, Hazy. Not gonna lie. Don't waste the mecha charge. Right there, I'm gonna pause it. Let's bring it back to here. Okay, so watch poor little girly girl. Mecha is 1 zap from being dead, okay? This comes down to knowing how everything works. So, zap. Right there, instead of... He'd have actually saved the bar if he didn't summon Mecha. Because when you summon a unit, instead of zapping, it summons. So if he'd have waited that extra split second, 1 second, Cyborg Kenny would have died, the bar would have survived, and they could have put a unit in front of the new kid to defend the oncoming DSR. Not to mention the fact that we've got Mecha there, we're going to get the bar anyway, don't worry about that. But it's just little details like that that a lot of newer players miss. that can help them later on in games, because how many times have you won or lost with 1 HP, 2, 3, 4 HP? It's those little margins that do actually matter. So we take the bar. Great mind control, gets bar number 2. And boom. That was a very bad mecha to me. You were late on that. Oh, great Dougie. Oh, even I didn't expect that. Watch this. This is pure filth. Pure filth. Watch. Thinks about it. Drops the Dougie. Mind control. Jesus, that is disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Great plays right there. Right, so game number 3 from our Hazy. This is the one in which he said, we have to watch. Oh, we've actually got sound on this one. There we are. Oh my god! What is he doing? Watch the transmog. Watch the transmog. See that circle there and that little image above the new kid? That's transmog. Now, I want a confirmation as to whether, because transmog needs a unit to specify in order to work, right? It can't work on a unit that's their own. Mind control makes it their own unit. Did he manage to get that split second time in before it was mind controlled? The mind control kicked in, so he's used the spell and it doesn't work? Or does it negate the transmog completely and go back in his hands? I'm genuinely curious to find out. But stupid plays anyway. Let's watch it again. No, because look, if you run this back, the mind control starts before the transmog goes.
These outfits are so precious.
What do you mean well played? No, it wasn't well played. Not to take away. Not to take away. He used the cards. Wow.
These kids have such an imagination.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. That brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Wow. Just wow. Right, so next up we have Ollie, don't miss these. So apparently we're not allowed to miss these. Yeah, he's like, it farted at him, said, well played. Hazy didn't do anything wrong. In fact, Hazy put Leanne on the midline like a stupid noob. Right, so next up, we have Bluff Jane, the leader of Towley Life. Here we go.
I know your thoughts. Stand down.
I will sacrifice you.
New move.
That's fucking it.
Pain. Let me show you.
You can't hang out with us.
Life will become death.
So, let's just run this back.
You can't hang out with us.
Life will become death.
Poison on the Goth Kids. Now, I understand that the Goth Kids are relatively new. But read your bloody cards. We're playing a nearly 7k, right? Why on earth is Gadget Gad throwing poison when Michael is out on the field and only Goth Kids are around him? It's atrocious. Does absolutely zero.
Hi. Where's Tornado? I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'll leave my mark. On his ball, Mexican.
So lame.
I'm going to hurl.
What the hell is going on?
Life is a series of disappointments.
Cool.
So that's fair. Well, I was going to question, but I wanted to let it play out. In fact, let me run it back and show you what I was going to question. Yeah?
New move.
So, you know Michael's going to die, so you put Henrietta to
That's
behind.
fucking it.
Here, you're sacrificing a bar intentionally. The reason why I didn't run it back straight away is because it was intentional. I wouldn't recommend sacrificing a bar in this situation, but it works. So you do damage with circle. You take poison for no reason at all. That pushes. You got ready straight away with the peak, just in case a unit survived. It's an interesting play. It's a bold play. It worked for you in this situation because of the value that is the Goth Kids and his unfortunate poison. Then you go on to beast mode the bar.
Where's Tornado? I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'll leave my mark. On his ball, Mexican.
So lame.
I'm going to hurl.
What the hell is going on?
Life is a series of disappointments.
2 bars and you're on 10 energy. I will always say that if you're dominating and you have energy, you are playing the game perfectly. If you're not dominating, you typically have very, very low energy. But here is a prime example, just taken 2 bars with the same bloody push and sat on 10 energy. Obviously getting the boss twice.
Looky.
Classy. Now, side note, I used Classy last night, and I used her in the top 320 until person had something to do with my elo. Level 4. I built a I'm going to stun as much as possible deck, and she slaps. At level 4 she slaps. You've got to. She's situational. You can't just do it in any deck. But I think my love for freeze ray will help Classy so much. I keep moving twice. Cheeky little level 6 to the bar, boom. Oh, don't fuck this bar. Very, very nice. Good game. Well played. Very, very well played. So, the reason why I didn't bring it back straight away for the Platinum Tanky, because that was calculated. And you can tell from the whole match that that was very, very calculated. Very well played, Dover. Right, let's get up game number 2 from R Bluff J. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. You've cracked Goths. To be fair, level 3s are not, level 3 legs are not easy to play at 7k right now. We're still in the first week of reset.
I fear no one.
No one is my bad.
You thought I was just a myth?
Is it man-witch or warlock?
Just going to pause it there. So, you will hear me every single week bleating on about reset the fight, reset the fight, reset the fight, drop behind your new kid. Because that is the best way to dominate games. Doesn't matter if you're aggressive, doesn't matter if you're defensive, or if you're passive, or even if you like spam. Reset the fight is one of the most important tips you will ever receive in this game. Now, if you see Space Warrior token, right? He does this, boom, bop. What he does is he pins the fight because he travels quickly to their side of the field and he pins the fight their side of the field. So I tried him out. There was a meta around him and he was great. But I've stopped using him. Not because he got a little bit of a nerf. I used him since his nerf. He is a very good card. But he doesn't fit the play style that I like. And this is personal to me. But it still does pin your opponent in your opponent's side of the field where they have better card placement and zap damage. Second, another card that comes straight in afterwards helps pin them back. Yeah, it does damage, both of them do. They've got great effects. They're beautifully constructed cards. But you've got 2 cards and 3 cards on the field. Super Craig pushes them back, not back damage, pushes them further and further away from where you want them to be. Token does the aforementioned, and then you've got General Disarray. He will set a lava, so it slows them down on their side of the field as well as pinning them back. Look at that. Now, they've got, what's that, 13 energy on the field. And you've got 7 to defend with. Because of those types of cards have got you in trouble. One of them's okay. Stand on the midline.
Back to the cauldron I get.
They're sitting waiting to reset. You're taking half a bar damage because of that style of card. You've got too many of them.
I am at peace. Dead or alive.
Now, boom.
Me.
That there. Wait for it.
I am at peace. Dead or alive.
Plays like this is the reason why I hate Arrowstorm. But if Arrowstorm can take him down, so can Rotoken, which is a 2-bit Satan anyway. It's too flimsy to push them. Unless you've got loads of them and you're overwhelming, then all you're going to do is get taken out one by one easily because they're too flimsy.
Me. Check out this trick.
10 energy. Start with Mecha. Yeah, what's next? Talk about placement there. So, Mecha was perfect. Nelly, I'd argue too far forward. Because, again, for the second time in this fight, you're forcing the 50-50 battle outside of your side of the field. If you drop her deeper, she still does the same thing, but what it also does is it draws in your opponent. And that's exactly what you want to do. Because now look, you're isolated. Wait for it. Just hold, hold, hold.
Check out this trick. Cyborg supremacy.
So what happens when you're on your side of the field? So much easier to take them down, isn't it? A little tip for anybody using Sizzler Stewarts when you're playing against Fantasy. Now, as you know, I've got a Sizzler Stewart. I've been playing with him as my main card in most of my decks for about 10 months. When playing against Fantasy, they're going to have DSR. Level 1 all the way through to level 5, irrespective, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's an amazing card, right? DSR. They will always use DSR on a huge push. Hold and have discipline in your trigger finger with your Sizzler. The second you see DSR, that is when you drop your Sizzler. Because all your units, they get knocked backwards, they lose a little bit of health, they lose a little bit of attack. The attack does come back, the health doesn't. Unless, of course, you use Shaman Token, as we learned previously. But what Sizzler does, it pauses them and puts a big beefy unit between you, your injured units, and their push. Allowing you time to get your attack back and then push on through it. Should never see a Sizzler hit by DS.
Moo 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 moo.
Once again, this is a push that I'd say we need to use.
A song to calm you.
We have 3, 6, 9 energy and loses 4 energy.
A song to calm you.
That trade is awful.
Download complete. Time to collect.
Incarnation better be safe.
You're getting stoned. Please call.
Another play in this game, Jay, where you are pausing, freezing, pinning your enemy outside of your zone. They're playing with Mystic, which means they want to be your side of the
You're
field.
getting stoned.
Right now, I don't understand why you popped that charge. Because all you're doing is allowing yourself to go deeper into their half where they're going to beat you easier.
Amazing ready.
And actually,
Check out this trick.
You will taste defeat.
You got him.
DSR got his late. Postmodern Potion was in control of that whole game. In control of that whole game. A little bit of understanding what the not just what the cards do, because you know what the cards do, but it's what the cards create in the next couple of phases of play. So, what do I mean by that? So, the cards that make your pushes end up in your side of the field in the next phase of play are brilliant. Cards that make it so that you end up in your opponent's side of the field aren't so. It's okay to have them sometimes because situationally you do want to pin them back. When you're going full ham and you're in control, that extra added pin back with extra damage can help you. I'm not saying don't use them. It's more so you had 3 of them that did it and you kept summoning to push it onto the midline with the fight. Right, so game number 3 from our bluff chair. Let's get to it. Can't see it there straight away.
I am Dr. Timothy. My mentalism is unrivaled.
You're pissing me off.
Enjoy my healing
see it.
touch.
What the hell is going
Notice we're playing against
I nurture my tribe.
we're playing against level 5 epics and level 6 rare. It should clear up and then we need to reset.
Ooh. Move. Move.
Does enough. Let's have a look at this.
Ooh.
Right. You've just got your 4 energy. This is before reset. This was posted on the 6th of the 4th, 5 days ago. Oh no, that's reset day. It's reset day. Reset day. Reset day. Right, so this is where I've paused it here. You've just got your 4 energy back. You are being pinned back, but you've got it under control. You've put energy staff right behind your new kid, leaving you on 0 energy. So right now, if you get a Dougie thrown at you, that's it. Bar's gone. You've left yourself with 0 energy. I'd argue that you should never ever, unless you absolutely have to, leave yourself without enough energy to defend yourself. I know you've got this under control, but they've been sat on energy, not summoning for a little while. They can summon various cards, and on top of that, wait for your 10 energy. Allow them to start their next push earlier than your next push, so then you have the battle your side of the field. Have patience.
buzzing has finally died down.
I get that you want to take down some.
You can't hang out with us.
Moon, give me power.
Life is pain. Let me show you.
That's fucking it. Like a
Fuck all of you.
suck my golf balls. All will be sadness.
It's almost criminal to not have power bind in your deck, especially when you're playing Mystic. If you're not playing Mystic, I understand why you haven't got power bind. It's still unacceptable, but when you're playing Mystic, no. Power bind's the first card in your deck. Would have saved that bar there.
For fools. Life will suck my golf balls. Do I look like a complete?
I fear no one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was enough.
Golf balls.
You stand no chance against Dr. Timothy.
But,
The answer.
this bar's gone and you can't do much about it. Again, the energy stuff was too quick, I reckon. Adding pressure, cycling as well. Overcommitted, but you didn't know that when you set up.
I will be your undoing. Life is a series of disappointments.
Life is pain. Then you die.
You can't hang out with us.
Jesus.
You got to get your assassin placement down.
Life is pain. Then you die.
You can't.
If you summon too close, then the attacking unit will have the first shot. If you put it one cell behind, then you get the first shot. And then your Furkel would have killed the Hermes, which meant that the rest of your push was safe from Hermes.
Hang out with us.
Jesus.
Yeah, how's the control?
Yes, it didn't matter because you're playing Goth Kids. Alright, Cell, Tile, Viking, same difference. It doesn't matter too much because you are playing with the Goth Kids. But I can assure you, you'd prefer Michael to still be alive and Henrietta to have that little bit more health for him to have the opportunity to die at a later time.
The calendar foretold it. Fuck all of you.
All will be sadness. Yeah.
A curse upon you.
Power binds. Wow. 7k with these levels. And wow. I thought the poison was bad enough. I forgave him because he was lower. But that fireball just cost him the game.
Yeah.
And that is well and truly GG. What do you do? Good game. Good. You're a nice, respectable gentleman. Every game, is it? Sweet Jesus. Like, as much as I want the community to get better. Yes, Viking. Yeah, wait. Watch this again.
Foretold it. Fuck all of you.
All will be sadness. Yeah.
A curse upon you.
And boom. Doesn't even hit classy. Like,
disappointments.
Move!
You can't hang out with us.
Yeah.
Make you feel cool. The calendar foretold it. Fuck all of you.
Yeah, right. I was just checking because if Michael had just spawned and it was bad timing, no. That is what Michael's there the whole time.
Yeah.
A curse upon you. How are my people?
Wow,
Yeah.
just wow. So if you claim that happens every game, we need to get some outreach because that's embarrassing. Like everybody has the ability to read the cards. That's wow. F's in the chat. Most certainly F's in the chat after that. Right, so next up we've got another official content creator, the same as Blockjay, in Armstrong. Let's run that back. For some reason it didn't play. There we go. Level 7. Maccas would love a level 7 Captain Diabetes. So pause that there. Run that back. So he's hovering with the unholy combustion, yeah? He's expecting something. Do you think he was expecting Incan Craig? Because I do. Or do you really think he was that scared about Frontier Bradley? So if you see here, he's starting to panic a little bit in his gameplay. What needs to happen is a reset right now. You've cost 5 energy on a 3 cost card, and then you put Zen straight on the midline. It's a 50-50. He could win it, he might not. That's why it's a 50-50. However, the best play would have been let Dusa hold the push and then reset with Zen behind, and then you're in control again. Especially now that you've got Satan spawning up as well. Haven't got energy, take a damage, take damage, and we take the bar. So that bar was lost because of the unholy combustion, and then because of the Zen. The Zen was the main thing. As to yes, right, that is how a 50-50 works. It could go either way. The Zen on the midline is the reason why we lost that bar. Akil, welcome on in, brother. Let's run this back. bit more. Yeah, here, right. Mosquito deals with it very nicely. Then hit 9 energy, which is roughly right, and then we drop Hermes. So far, standard stuff. Drops the staff, again, perfectly standard. We have Satan in hand. It's this part that I don't understand. So we've dropped flimsy unit, then flimsy unit. Not deep enough to stop them from having a midline fight. So we're not manipulating, we're not forcing the enemy onto your side of the field. Had we have been disciplined before with our trigger finger, we'd still have Zen in our hand. Zen would be beautiful, pop him in front of your naked, absorb the damage, then Scout Ike can clean up. Instead, we opt for Scout Ike to defend and Toolshed to defend against 2 legendaries, one's a shooter and a level 5 epic. With another legendary come straight in. And we put Captain Diabetes straight in front of him. Goes down before he can pop the charge. We've wasted so much energy in trying to defend it because of 2 phases of play ago. Now, do you remember when we were reviewing Bluff J's one and I said, look, think about what the cards do in the next phase of play and thereon after. That Zen has created this. And unless he is look at the amount of energy that we've used to clear up that compared to the amount of energy used in order to try and break us down. Using the right cards in the right scenarios allows us to outplay your opponent. It allows us to out-energy your opponent and control the game. So we follow that up. We were disciplined, we reset properly, we went deep. And we're going to follow it up by summoning on the midline. We split it up to make it a little more difficult.
Follow me. Watch out, here comes Satan.
Wow, we may actually be able to get back into this with our Satan play. That was an aggressive reset. We've got Zen in hand, but he's got 30 seconds left. You need to stop that, getting a second charge off. A sudden death. Scout Ike is insane. So if he's got dart, very well played. Look at that, that was actually beautiful. He made it hard for himself. I'm not gonna lie, he made it hard for himself. But all in all, he played that well. And splitting up his troops like that added extra pressure onto the enemy new kid. So let's have game number 2 from our Armstrong. Mm. 100% Viking. Should never underestimate her snakes. So he defends deeply. And you call yourself Rage 3, you've got a rage, right? Being pinned back. But if you watch this whole thing, right? If this fight was on the midline and 50-50, then Armstrong would be losing it. But because of where he's having the fight, on his side of the field, he can completely control what's going on. And it's beautiful to watch. I dropped swashbuckle here and then that right there was phenomenal.
I nurture my tribe.
Added pressure. Unholy conditions. Sister even missed the freeze.
I bring you comfort.
Let's fix these idiots.
Enjoy my task.
Don't try battery power diminishing.
You can see.
Adding leg.
Straight on the midline. Every sound. Satan.
Supercrack defeated.
With rage. Holy combustion. The aggression of our arms. One hit, 2 hit, GG, Britain, absolutely wonderful stuff. So, game number 3. Manages to get hit off of that.
Go free and attack my beauty. I am Miss Very Crunch.
Was that the best card to use? Because if you'd have faced him with Maki, Raging Drone, or even Medusa behind the nuclear to build it, they would have summoned more units, and that poison from Alien Green Red would have been so much better. And yeah, Hazy, case in point, Midbury Crunch cannot target drone. 100%.
Go free and attack my beauty.
So all that's going to happen now is poke.
I have failed. And you are.
Set on energy. Boom, ready for poke.
Swarm away.
We get the bar off for that holy moly. Obviously, they're tight on energy.
Swarm away.
Wow.
Now not today, friends.
Into my side of the field. Something straight on the mid line. Draws it back a bit, but was still on our side of the field. What? What are we witnessing here? Surely that's GG Boris. Still disciplines. I'm done.
Beware my return.
Right, he's giving up now, yeah. Holy moly. Just so with every single YouTube view you hit subscribe and we drop a cheeky video. Armstrong, thank you very much for submitting your brother. We appreciate you. Right, so let's load up who we got next. There we are. His name is Mesa? I don't know. Holy me. Right. This is our Macca's. 7.43k. Good.
The stereo freaks just out. Hey, tell me I'm
2 bits, half a bar. Beautiful stuff.
You can't kill that which never dies. I am mighty and minty.
I'd still maintain discipline and not find all as deep as possible to draw them in. Because yeah, they've got the hanky as well. Mike? So, give me 2 minutes. Right, we're going to go mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Should have done it. So let me just bring this back. Copy of starters at least.
You can't kill that which never dies.
Then what I said here was, if she'd have played Leanne deeper, he'd be able to take the Kenny with him. The hanky with him. Nice little clean up regardless.
Mysterion protects the weak.
Transmission received. Retreat before the...
So you've just cleared everything up. You're sat on 4 energy Maccas. You've got Mysterion about to cycle. Deuce is gone. You've got nothing to worry about. In here, I would argue, wait for your 10 energy. Let Mysterion do anything that he can, if anything. If he doesn't, it doesn't matter. Let him recycle back round. Get back to your 10 energy to start another push.
Mysterion protects the weak.
Transmission received. Retreat before the...
Mysterion does absolutely nothing. Mosquito does possibly an inch of damage. I drop Coon and then drop Cool Girl. Cock magic works. Very, very nice. Didn't get the Cool Girl. DSR? Yeah. No means? Oh no. So let's run this back, yeah. Run this back from here. Yeah. So run it back from the mosquito summon. I would argue that the reason why you're about to lose the bar is because of this summon. Had you been patient for 1 more second, you'd have got the swarm as well. Misplayed in terms of placement the garrison. Too far forward. That would have been a cock had you have waited. Yeah, I think that's down to the deck build Maccas. Because you didn't... There's a couple of little things that maybe you could have done different. But there's too many heavy units in this to stop it. So you have to lose the buff. Now you're struggling for energy. You're playing on the midline. This is down to the wire. And GG Boris. Genuinely, GG Boris. I was unlucky. Is what it is though. You're too aggressive, I reckon, sometimes. Have some patience about your play and you'll probably be that little bit better off. Regardless, game number 2 from our Mackers. Aggression on the midline. Level 5 do so, 7.5k. So, had you have summoned it early, as a deeper, sorry, you may have called the Deucer as well. Grand Wizard Carmen on the midline. Wow, this deck's horrible to play against. I was just saying last night, right? There are some times and some days where I just cannot be bothered to play against Man Big. Not because I can't, not because he's great. It's just so tedious. Holds. Yeah, you just wasted your chance for cock magic. You do get the chance for DSR now. Do we need to pop the charge over 2 tanks of Mimbury Crunch? Right there, right? You hit your 10 energy and you start to summon DSR. Would it not have been better to drop your tank behind your new kid, draw in Man Bear Pig and Slave, making them committed to the fight? They have to add to it because 2 tanks are not going to do the damage to take the bar quickly. You then have the 2 tanks your side of the field with the zap damage, their attack and their health halved by DSR, and a potential extra unit as well. Then you wait for them to reset. They're going to use Pope as their next card. You've got Cock Magic. Easy claps. There's the Pope. These decks are so easy to predict. Overcommitted with the garrison there. again, Maccas, you've got this obsession with summoning on the midline. Yes, you're winning. Yes, you're dominating. But you're going up against a deck that your deck's designed to destroy. You lucky bugger. There's a couple of little things that I'd suggest differently there.
Going back to the Emerald Isle, haven't been there for a little while. Need to start at the start of prayer. Heading out west.
Right, so let's load up game number 3 from our Maccas.
A pot of gold on the rainbow. Rivers run free, my heart starts to glow. When all the things got turn up in, I'll always ever run away and hide. Out of the dreams that we once had. Grass is greater on the other side. Mysterion protects the weak. I'll always ever run away and hide. Out of the dreams that we once had. Grass is
Beware my
greener on the
return.
other side. Going back to the Emerald Isle. Need something for a little smile. I've been away from the
Great card magic.
Mosquitoes, bite! Mysterion brings justice.
Ready to pin him back. Wow, we managed to get it off. Lucky. But that was a nice little bit of play there, not gonna lie. Expensive. But you're probably up in energy right now.
This is from Mr. Placid. I return to the shadows.
You're committing to the midline fight right now. Those Nomis are going to clear you up. Nice little bit of reset there. But look where you're forcing the fights. You're chipping damage away, so you're winning in the trade. So I can't take away from that. But most of your fights are in your opponent's side of the field. Hits you again. Second time in one game. Where's the power bind? Again, you pin them. You're going to do... This may actually... Yeah, that's GG. So it does work. I'm not going to take away from that because of the amount of energy that you have over your opponent. But yeah, like with every single YouTube video, we're going to hit subscribe and we're going to like the video. So ladies and gentlemen, what would a Molly stream be without going for a quick breathe? I'm going to make a cup of coffee as well. I shall be back in just a moment.
of a lonely morning. All she saw was the marble lights. Pouring to a fever crown and make her back her heart. Black, black dog of loneliness, wait for me. Never raises a power wings, just like silently. That black dog is my only company. I know it's just a mirage, but I must let it be.
Oi, oi. So, peace stream, boys. Always the peace stream. Mac has said maybe Heroes Fantasy does need Mayor with Daniels. Potentially. I watched somebody use her the other day. I can't remember who it was, but she came in clutch. Because not only does she negate the charge, she power binds as well for that little bit. Long enough for you to be able to deal with the units as well. Might start thinking about using her. Right, let's load the next video. Who do we have next? We've got The Sky's the Limit Photography.
Just like silently. That black dog is my only company. I know it's just a mirage, but that black dog of lonely.
Oh, Jesus. A little bit on the loud side. So this is our first time watching his games. 4K player. 4.7K, so nearly 5K player. The aggression. Four. So he sat on energy for a little bit. A 1-for-1 trade.
Mosquitoes, bite!
So right there. Wasted energy. And he was on 8 energy when that was summoned. Wait till you get 10 energy on the clock, because what that does is it draws in your opponents to your side of the field. And that is, like we always say, where the best chances of winning your 50-50 battles happen.
Never use power tools unsupervised. These claws shred flesh.
Coon on the midline. Love to see it.
Don't try this at home.
Rats wasn't the best play there. So with any assassin that you use, make sure that the unit the assassin is taking down is already targeting another unit. Now the reason for this is because they've got a very high DPS, which means that they're going to take down any unit quite quickly. If that unit that you're taking down is focused on a tank, let's say, the best case scenario, second best being a warrior, then your assassins are absolutely perfectly fine. Their unit goes down like a sack of potatoes. Bar. Don't you just love midline spam? Let's run this back. Right there. You're currently on 3 energy. You've cleared the fields. Now you need to understand that it is time to reset the fight. Wait until you hit 10 energy again. Whatever your units that are out do, whatever damage it is, let them do it. Then you need to reset behind your new kids. And what that does, it resets the fight. It maintains your control of the field at all times. Said we summon on the midline, we're pushing. It's working, yes. But like with everything, just because it works, is that the best thing? Because now we're in a situation where we've got 2 shooters to defend a push that's about to come. You are flimsy right now. They're going to walk straight through you, and you've got 2 energy to defend it with. So rats on the midline. I really don't understand this play. They're just going to get zapped a little bit. They may, but they're not going to do much. They may take down a hamster, maybe 2. Zap, zap, zap. They're going to take the bar, aren't they? Wait, that's level 6 rats. Level 6 rats at 5k. Wow. Boom. That's a beautiful pause right there. Just because it works doesn't make it a good play though. Your assassin play genuinely needs to be worked on. Just to reiterate my point from before, make sure that the units you're putting your assassins on have targeted a big unit before you drop them, because then you do the best outcome of the scenario. So, 1 shot, he's dead. Because of the bulk of this, walk straight through you. Your level 6 rats at this elo are phenomenal. GG. Good game. Good game. All in all, well played. Got some stuff to work on. But you've got some of the fundamentals down, which is the main thing. So let's load up gameplay number 2 from The Sky's The Limit photography.
I feel really sexy. Bless you, child. I feel really sexy.
Why do you keep using your lightning bolt aggressively at the beginning?
Bless you, child.
This was beautiful play. You drew them in. They're now on your side of the field. And they're exactly where you want them to be. You're going to win this and it's going to be a piece of cake. Dr. Fiery, welcome in, brother. Easy lazy. Cheeky little follow. I'm gonna pause it there. Sharon, midline. You're putting a shooter on the midline, which means that the next card that Tenacious Galaxy puts out is going to target the closest unit to him. Do you want that to be a shooter that doesn't have much health, or would you prefer that to be, best case scenario, a tank, next best a warrior? So here, it's reset time. We use another 6 energy. You're in reset time. That dog poo takes damage for no reason. Lightning bolt on that, and that's bar number 2. Lightning bolt on that. Okay, still works, but now we've got to deal with this. It's GG, well played. Complete dominance there. So Randy was pretty pointless. So honestly, work on your placement and choice of cards and a little bit of patience, and you'll go from winning like this to winning so much higher up with more elo against better players. So let's go game number 3. Creed versus Yami. No lightning bolt to hover with.
This is for Mr. Possum. I'm here to muff up. I return to the shadows.
Transmission received.
Retreat before the enemy.
Look, prime example there, right? They dropped their hamsters straight on your buffed attack unit, which is your tank. It's got a buffed attack. Does barely any damage and go down like a sack of potatoes. You're about to summon Professor Chaos on said hamsters. His Warcry will not work on them, they are immune. Put it back, well played. Nice, it's reset time. Here to pause that, but you've got the bar. Now you've got 2 shooters and assassin on the midline. If you're higher up with your elo, you'll get annihilated with this sort of structure of play. So work on resetting. Work on building behind your big units. Right there, your zap would have killed that Mysterion. And your summons has pushed the next battle onto the midline, meaning it's 50-50. Had you have waited, put your mosquito behind the new kid and drawn them in, you've got more chance of winning that fight.
Don't try this at home.
Your rats are phenomenal. So, my first ever favourite card in the game was rats. And I love using rats down at this elo because they're so devastating. You're playing them well. At the beginning, I didn't realise they were level 6. Obviously, if they were level 4, level 5, you play them slightly differently. You do need to protect them a little bit more. But level 6, they usually eat everything up. Nice GG. Boom. Nicely done. Nicely done. Like I said before, there's a couple of little tweaks that will make you a better player. Resetting the fight is pretty much the main one. Placement and using the right card for the right scenario will be your next big factor. And your reload will go up just because of that alone. Right, as with every single YouTube video that is posted that we review, we drop a little subscribe and we drop a little like for the video as well. So next up, we've got Cat Spray. Cat Spray is somebody that reached out to us and thanked us for the help in his gameplay on his channel, on our channel, without us recording and breaking down his gameplay. So now that we are breaking down his, it's a little more specific to him. But overly, we really enjoy helping this player out because he genuinely appreciates it. So let's get to it. Sat on 10 energy. Nice play. And look at that discipline right there. What he does is he resets that fight. Even though there's barely a skirmish, he still resets it. Great play. Everybody hates to see Arrowston. Hesitation may cost him here. Love to see it. Nice little reset, but I would argue a little too early here. You're on 5 energy when you summon it. 4 energy, nearly 5. Had you have waited there, Cat Spray, you'd have drawn them in that little bit better. A Towley summon. Level 6 rats work at 4k, work at 7k. The added pressure. Arrow Storm. Great use of Wonder Tweak on Lava. Managed to just get the charge off. There, I would say it's time to reset. Because you've got barely any energy. You've got a warrior and a shooter coming at you. I don't think it is best advised to have a shooter and an assassin on the midline to try and defend this. Ooh. That lava. There we are. See where your cocks are, just in front of your new kids? They've only got warriors, they haven't got shooters. Had you have put your lava there, what would happen is their units have to walk the full length of lava, taking the most amount of damage possible. Whereas here, they're already halfway through. Arrow Storm, boom. Assassin Bay on the midline. You've overcommitted for not even getting a little bit on the new kid, damage wise. Wonder Tweak, pull them onto the lava, which is now dead. DSR, and then Wonder Tweak maybe. Fog Magic. And that's GG, that was unlucky. Unlucky. Couple of little tweaks to your gameplay. But in all honesty, Casper, if you're using fantasy, you have to expect that all you're going to get is draws, very tight wins, or very tight losses. It's not a theme that dominates. But thanks for submitting it in, we appreciate you. So next up, we have the content creator destroyer Heluda. My turn. Starts deep as soon as we hit 10 energy. Beautiful stuff. I'll pause that there. Bring it back. Right, so watch. Your tool shed is directly in the middle of both Terence and Philip here. I've got it fully charged. Your Mackie pushes him out of the centre So had you have, instead of summoned Mackie and just popped his charge, you'd have killed both of them at once. Like with most things, it is a negligible difference. But it's little things like that that can turn a match. Especially when it's tight. Sound 10 energy here. Cool girl behind the new kids. Mary Jane Randy. Stay disciplined. That's it. Well played. Oh, unlucky. Nice. Very nice play. Drew him in deep. Cleared him up. Now you push him for the bar. There's Bebe food. We do need to reset. Well played. You're playing like a pro. An absolute pro right now. We need to reset. Sound 10 energy again, Haluda. That's it. Mackie behind. Oh, okay. Go tool shed. Super Craig clears up. Pop charge. Pop. Doesn't even need it. Sound 10 energy again. Get your deucer out with Mackie. And that's GG. Not deucer, Belf. That's GG, well played. Easy claps. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. So game number 2 from our Heluda. Catapult Tim is the obvious. Transmog on the sum. Nice stuff. Easily cleared up. Just gonna put it back there. Wait for it. Let me get to that. So this bit here, Hanudai, is a very picky thing, and it doesn't mean much in terms of what could have happened. But had you have waited for Mephisto to target Timmy before popping the charge, your rats would have done a little more damage. Not much more, but still wouldn't have died straight from the AoE. Nicely cleared up. It's time to reset. Going against the Goth Kids now. Lava loves the Goth Kids. The Goth Kids don't like lava. Henrietta. Boom. Nice! Let's watch that again. Michael's about to be respawned, so this is very risky. But that was beautiful. But this just goes to show that our Heluda knows his cards. Chaos can take him down. Or drop lava, waste his charge because it's funny. Then wait till it's deep.
This is for Mr. Posse. No one is my back.
You are meaningless.
Very nice.
You can't kill that which never dies.
But just look at the discipline on him. He knows it's time to reset. And what does he do? Resets beautifully. Nice lava. Even better DSR. Boom. Does push him out of the lava. But they've still got to go for him. Nice GG, Boris. Heluda, very, very well played, brother.
Something extra for a special kick.
Something extra for a special kick. Nicely done. It's almost like we're just watching and enjoying your gameplay rather than helping you out these days, which I'm very happy to see, very happy to hear, in all honesty. Right, Smear, welcome on in, brother. Hello, at Small. Ranega versus Hindon. Starts with a maxi behind a new kid. Level 4 maxi at 4k. Questionable. Oh, perfect. Perfect play there. Almost thought that Quiet Boy was going to get it.
This costume rules.
You can't hang out.
The Goth Kids are quite prominent down there, aren't they? Hold deep. Hold deep and pop the charge. Oh, that was unfortunate from the opponent. Great stuff by Heluda. Pause them. I'd argue your Mac is the wrong side. Oh, they missed. They missed the Hallelujah.
That's fucking it. Whoa. Yuck.
But baby is going to turn into an absolute beast right now.
Oh my god.
Look at that. Just building up. Unlucky. Had you have used Kenny, you would have taken no damage, but Kenny then wouldn't have been able to take Maxi down. Boom. Perfect play again. Holds deep with the Awesome-O. Great stuff. So I'm in the corner. Last 20 seconds. Got Mackie. Extra damage. And pop the charge off his arm. Clears up shot. Look at that. Just an all-round great player. Victoria! Great stuff, Eluda. Absolutely phenomenal plays. So next up, we've got somebody that does mean quite a bit to me. Somebody that has helped us as the Stoners through so much. Somebody that we care about. Sometimes goes through the best times, sometimes goes through the hard times. But he carries the whole team on his shoulders. He's got a weird infatuation with Priest Maxi. We have Plain Squid of Silvery Sea. Starts with Jesus on the midline there. Beautiful play. I love this play. Because what it does is not only does it force your opponent to play stuff, otherwise he takes damage, but if he gets taken down quickly, he respawns behind your new kid. So he starts your reset already for you. Beautiful stuff. Zap to death rather than Deucer, so even better. Go straight behind the new kid, behind the Deucer, behind the Zen. Wait for that to target, drop the rats. Unfortunate Ink and Craig. Deucer behind. Look at that. Level 7 Ike gameplay right here. Look at this. Waits for it. Perfect timing there. 2 shots Deucer. Takes a hit off of a level 5 Kenny. 1 shots him. And then goes to do more damage on Zen Cartman. Absolutely perfect. Some of the play. And gets unlucky. Maxi to boost. Ninja to block, but also boost. And Holy Combustion on the Deucer. Zap, zap, zap. We lost a bar. Yes. See, right, what Squid did there. Yeah, oops. He knows what he did there. So, there are situations where I go, your new kid would have zapped that and killed it. In that situation, in my mind, I was like, he's lost the bar. It was so close to a possibility. I would have defended that. Squid took the chance and paid the price. Jesus on the midline. Pro plays. In that situation, I'm just going to pause you there, right? We're playing against Adventure and Mystic. You had the opportunity with Imp Tweak to take Ink and Craig away from their new kid, right? In this situation, I would have put him right in your top corners, one of them. Because not only does he take him out of the battle, makes him a little useless, but what he also does, he takes him away from the ability to dar him back. He's still right there, able to be darred. Not sure whether they do it, but that's the most common play, right? Boom, bot. Reset time. Squid knows it. Squid's holding. Look at this. Goes straight back. Draws them in. Waits for it to be targeted. Gets out Hermes. Sends out his swarm of assassins. Takes them down on the midline. Squid's not messing about here. Look at that. Double power binds. Ink and Craig. You knew it was coming. Holy combustion. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. There's some great plays in there. Great plays in there. Just unlucky when it came crunch time. So let's load up game number 2 from Plain Squid of Silvery Sea. This is true. That is what you get for trying to defend with a 6-cost card. But if I'm not mistaken, Squiddy Boy, this was during the event, therefore Maxi was boosting Ike. So you could not play a level 7 Ike, right? Which is unfortunate. You have Pope, you have everything in your deck, it's just mistiming. Holy combustion. Wait for him to aggro. Look at that. Perfect structure. This is how to play your assassins. If you use Pope now. Imagine getting Scout Ike back. Yeah, wait for it, wait for the charge. Is that where you play Imp Tweak? Imp Tweak on Imp Tweak. Drop Jesus. Drop Jesus. Drop Jesus. Unlucky. Did the right thing, but just wasn't enough. Nicely cleared up. Jesus respawns. Boom. Great summon from the choir boy. Clears up nicely. Drops Ike to add more pressure. Forces him to play dog poo. He doesn't get one shot by a level 5 dog poo. Zap, zap, zap. Easily done. I don't understand the Zen play on the mid line in the corner there. You're opening up for them to take a second bar. So case in point, Zen had his charge off before Dougie hit the new kid. Had you have put Zen where Zen goes, you could have popped the charge and made Dougie target Zen instead of your new kid. That was an unlucky little mishap there. Wow. Doesn't even get to the end of the match. It's like, nope, not having any more of that. Unlucky. Wee man was frustrated. Oh. So gameplay number 3 from Plain Squid of Silvery Sea. Let's get to it. Hasta bonitas. A deep assassin to cycle draws them in more. But in that situation, I'm just going to pull that back, Squid. You've got Shield Maiden Wendy on the near side. If you drop them in the far corner, what it does is Shield Maiden cannot aggro towards it, and it forces them to play another card that they otherwise wouldn't have done on the top lane. Whereas this forces them to do nothing out of the ordinary. Level 7 versus level 7. Little thumbs up. No thumbs up. It's like Squid doesn't care. Wow. A ninja boosted scout, 3 shot to level 4 Doosa. What you could have done in that situation though instead is dropped your own assassin to... Yeah, but Hazy, it isn't just 3 shot Doosa, it's 3 shot Doosa with a ninja boost. But you could have taken out that Ike and dropped your assassin to kill him. So Squid's tactic is being used against Squid, being held deep. Nice, we need to kill that. Hope on the mid line, absolutely atrocious plays. Pop the Zen charge, pop the Zen charge. Pop the Zen charge. Pop the Zen charge. Pop the Zen charge. So in case you didn't notice what I was saying there, let's run it back. You currently have everybody alive when the gnomes are summoned. 2 assassins, 1 assassin. Pop the Zen charge there. What it does is those gnomes that are clearing up shop get drawn into Zen, so you can take down Maxi, which you're doing. Your units stop taking damage from assassins, and you win this 50-50. So pop the charge, pop the Zen charge, pop the Zen charge, pop the Zen charge. So you're more concentrating on bringing up Maxi. And Squid says this one's the better one of the two. What on some place? Scout Eye, 2 shots, Shield Raid Wendy, 1 shot Hope, level 7 Ike OP. And that's why it did make it difficult for yourself. Drop Steve, well played. Haha! Zen Ninja. Unlucky. Well, look at his push. I was expecting Satan, but Man Bear Pig. Imp Tweak, drop him in the corner, take the last bar. GG Boris. Dropping your assassin straight in front of Man Bear Pig is not the best idea. He's got AoE attack damage, which means he will 2-shot if he doesn't 1-shot them.
This seems a bit blasphemous. My children, you are saved.
But of course, Scout Ike 1-shots Man Bear Pig. You saw it there. And that's GG. GG Boris, well played. Scout Ike is OP. So the only thing I've really got to say to that is, if you didn't notice it, is pop the Zen charge. So next up, we have a Dr. Fiery. It is your turn, yeah. It is, isn't it? So let's get to it. Easily cleared up. Imp Tweak. Straight into Cool Girl. Atrocious play from the enemy there. Absolutely atrocious. And you take a bar because of their inability to summon the right cards at the right moments. Great stuff. It's time to reset. And we've got Pope ready for Cool Girl. They're summoning everything on the midline. Absolute potatoes at 6.4k. Oh, Cool Girl. Mary Jane Randy. Boom. Oh, and we get two shit out as well. The energy game of Dr. Fiery here. This is bar number 2. Just going to pause it there. Why do you need to summon staff? You just hit 5 energy. Wait for 10. Be patient. So right here is why we reset. You're doing damage, you're taking it, you're being overly aggressive. You've just lost all of your units. You're not going to lose much from it. Your hesitation there could cost you your stereo. But no, that's GG. All in all, well played. You're still rushing just a little bit. If you reset properly, then you won't put yourself in that situation, because there are some deck builds that can turn the game completely in their favour and you could lose from that scenario. Cool girl on the midline. Love to see it right there. What a potato play from our Wookiee. Just going to go on the bar. And they're going to take damage onto their Randy for no reason at all because of the summon on the midline. Oh, you love to see it. This is GG. Wait for your 10 energy. Drop staff. Love to see it. Great stuff. Absolutely beautiful plays. Stops the charge, and we're going for an overwhelming bar. Right now is why we use power bind. Wait for it. Overcommitted. Why didn't they summon whatever they needed Santa for? That makes no sense to me. You overcommitted for the bar, but you're playing so much energy. You sat on energy. And Holy Combustion. You're in full control now. This is GG. Isolate Santa, then go straight for the Pope because he loves summoning on the midline. There's Cool Girl. Great pressure here. Unlucky. It's reset time. Reset, wait, hold it, hold. Now go. Look at this, full control the whole game. Dr. Fiery, this is absolutely beautiful to see. And that is GG Boris. He's not going to do enough. There's too much damage done. And that's it. Well played. Absolute beautiful match. That was fun to watch and interesting to see. Game number 3 from our Dr. Fiery. Goes up against a level 4 Som at 6.5k. Level 6 Mimsy, what is this deck? This is bar loss. There's not much you can do here. But this, right, I'm going to pause it. Dr. Fiery, this is why you use Power Bind in your deck, right here. There is nothing any other card in the game can do better than Power Bind. Mayor McDaniels will sort it as well, but not for as long term. Start using Power Bind, you will not look back. Best card in the game. Som for number 2. Gets the charge off. Can you stop it? Yeah, you've got it. Nice. That's Bart. Very well played. You're playing against somebody with higher levels than you. That's it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Good boy. Great placement. Absolute great placement there. That there just amplifies my point of wait till 10 energy so you get your staff out. Your energy staff just took damage from the inevitable whatever was coming, right? It happened to be Arrow Storm. We don't like Arrow Storm. But it takes damage for no reason. So now you've just essentially wasted 4 energy. We take the bar. If you put Professor Chaos behind your new kid now, you could have. Let's run that back just a little bit. If you put it now behind your new kid, you wouldn't have killed it with the zap of Professor Chaos. You'd have killed it with a zap of your new kid and not taken that 1 hit of damage. It's negligible, as most things are, but if you add all of these up, you get it. Got a minute left. Power Bind is what you need. You're going to have to take the hit. There's Dougie. He drops that. Hold, hold, hold. What? Watch some. Since when does the new kid last negate Som? That's GG. That I want you to do the best possible, and I want you to play the best and win as much as possible, Dr. Fiery. However, this was unfair on your opponent. This. That was unfair. Apparently it does. So like with all YouTube videos, we like the video. We are already subscribed to our Dr. Fiery. If you're not, drop him a little follow. But great stuff there. You're a little too hasty. Little too hasty. Slow down a little bit and you'll be so much better. But you've entered the arena of everybody's got every card 1 level above yours. It's not going to be fun. So next up, we've got Tom Phase. Nicely clearing up with Scout Ike, beautiful stuff. In this situation, right, I'm going to pause that there, Tom. Your units are about to die. You're adding to a push that's inevitably going to die. Save your energy, rebuild. Drop mecha, and then rebuild from there. You could have dropped your choir boy the second you mind controlled. Get him straight onto that new kid. Cleared up nicely though, not gonna lie. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Just going to run that back. Whenever I play mecha, I keep my finger over the trigger, not because I want to press it as soon as possible, but because people play Ninja on the midline, they play Pope on the midline, they play AQR on the midline, and you can steal their charge, their war cry. Watch. Press it, press it, press it, press it. Now, not only do you steal the war cry, you save your units there. Had you have pressed that in time, that's GG. Zen, 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 zen. We won't go zen then. It's fine. We don't need zen. You've lost half a bar for that. Just because we're winning, just because it works, doesn't mean to say it's a good play. Wow, you were playing so well until you summoned Mecha straight in front of Dog Poo. Mecha's going to go down like a sack of potatoes to Dog Poo. You wanted to reset with Zen. You could have had Zen already out. Again, just because it works. You watch. AQR's come in. Boom. You did manage to use the mecha charge that time. But all in all, well played. Some good stuff there. Some very good stuff there. Couple of little things. Some are like that mecha play, as in trying to catch the AQR. would have been a pro play. That's not something that I would expect anybody to do just off the bat like that. However, it is possible. I've done it plenty of times. The amount of ninjas I've stolen on the midline is ridiculous. But that mecha summon in front of the dog poo, that's something that should not exist. You won, you outplayed them, but just because you win and just because it works doesn't make it a good play. Right, game number 2 from our Om-Tom phase. Let's get to it. Now it's time to reset. You take a bar maybe, but definitely most of it. Loving the Jesus play. Beautiful stuff. What? Watch Timmy here. Watch Timmy. How did that Timmy move backwards towards his new kid? Yeah, it can't be Enforcer. Enforcer does not have that effect. Enforcer's just a warrior. This fight here is why you don't. Look at that push. You've got 2 shooters, a warrior that's a 2-cost enforcer, Jimmy. Danny, the spawn pushes them back if you put them straight on top of them, not when they're 2 tiles over. So you've got Enforcer Jimmy is your tank right now. That's his position in this push. So you summon an assassin. Look how easy this pushes straight through you. You add another assassin. This here is why you always build behind your tank. You've got Zen sat in your hands doing absolutely nothing. Again, you need to reset with Zen. And you bring out another shooter. Shooter that does nothing. 2 cost. Goes down 1 shot. 2 shot. 3 shot. It works. And Holy Combustion, you now have nothing. And just about nearly lose the bar. Again, Zen. Tom, I'm going to pause it there. You're laughing at your opponent, but they're currently outplaying you on the field. You may be winning, but these little mistakes are going to cost you. Wow. Unholy combustion on Jesus. And that's GG. Fumbled through it. Absolutely fumbled through it. So, gameplay number 3 from our Tom friends. Let's get to it. It's just a month. It's just a month. Yeah, you've seen this. He posted same game twice. Give us just a moment. Let's check this. He has. You've uploaded the same game twice. So let's unfortunately have to move on. No worries, Tom. Cheers for submitting your videos. Appreciate you. Hopefully the little pointers here and there will help you to become a better player. So next up, let's load up from Snowy Fox. Great player, always has her opponent having better levels than she has. So let's get to it. Alright, go. Oh, come on in, brother. Down energy for a split second, but nothing worth talking about. Snowy Fox versus Hustling Fox. Starts again. Chooses Mosquito. They opt for Bradley. They opt for Bradley with no tank on the field. Lose the bar because of it. I mean, he's got a weird hustle, isn't he? So let me get this straight right here, yeah? Let's pull it back. You can see Thunderbird coming. You know what Thunderbird does. And of course, it's an airborne unit. The opponent only has airborne units right now. So not only do we put down a unit that's a ground unit only, we put it right under Thunderbird. Same with Call Girl, put it straight under Thunderbird. You needed to have dealt with that Thunderbird a lot better. And that Bradley somehow is still alive. And there's the Henrietta. Nice and highly combustion. This Bradley has been alive way too long. Reset. Hold, be patient, Snowy. You got this. But another example, right, of why we need power bind in a deck. The only thing that's doing you any damage is that Thunderbird, and you're struggling to deal with it. Power bind would fix this issue. Kills the Jesus. So right there, right, you've got, again, just to reiterate points, case in point. You've got Thunderbird coming at you, Snowy. It's got a charge and it's an airborne unit. You've got Pope there with a Jesus in the back pocket. Use it. We'll take down, put it in the corner. We'll take down Thunderbird without taking much damage. Beautiful timing on your unholy combustions, though. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely stuff. I think maybe working on your working on identifying the most lethal unit would be something to work on, and then the choice of cards to use. Because yes, once again, yes, it worked and you won, but that doesn't. That's just too flying, says person. I guess these oh my god, where's my range units dilemmas are on steroids when folks run into his ult that runs 7 flying units. Definitely. Definitely. Right, so game number 2. This is Snowy's very young account, adventure based. Stars Deep. 1k stuff. I think this may be a first on this channel. There he is. Bradley with Mimsy. Could work. What the opponent's doing is helping you, Snowy, isolate every unit to take them down individually. That choir boy got quite a bit of value for him, didn't he? But personally, let's just remember the last game and we never had a shooter when we needed them. Now all we seem to have is shooters. That's it. This will take your bar. Reset. Nice. Could use the lightning bolt on this baby. Definitely use it on the dog poo. Don't need to. Well played. Absolute beautiful play there. And you're playing a 1k and you're a 6k player playing with levels that are less than everybody else's. I expected you to dominate that. So we've got gameplay number 3 from our Snowy Fox on her brand new account. 1.1k stuff. Gripping. Midline pushes. Gotta love it. Look at that midline stuff. That's actually bar. Look at this. That's bar. But now we've got a huge push to their nothing. They're going to have very little energy. Lightning bolt on your tank. Okay. This is a 2-bar push, maybe. No, it's not. They've done just enough. But look at that. You've taken a bar and you've got 10 energy. When they took the bar, there's not much energy. Nelly on the midline. You said deep. Quiet boy on the midline. Drops Nelly. Level 2. You're out leveling these players. And this is bar. Rats to add insult to injury. Look at that. Amazing stuff. There's not really much we can do to comment on that. Right, next up we're going to go for a quick wee before we get into our next gameplay breakdown. I shall be back. Right, so let's have a little look at our next one. So we've got a kill from Viva La Stoners. Let's get to it. He's doing his TVT. 115 or kick. 115 or kick.
Осень лезет в окно светлым дождем, и в нем отразится печаль, светлая даль.
There we go. Thank you. Zen behind the new kid. Pops the charge to keep it deep. Both behind. He's setting up nicely. The summon of Bradley there. Wait until they've aggroed onto Zen. Use Zen to absorb everything, and then you keep your Bradley alive. Zen's charge pulls him in. Fireball. Don't group. Wait, let's run this back. So, person just posts in chat. I hope they don't have fireball. Let's see what happens. Oh no! Nice. Take down the Randy before the Butters. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. This should be bar. This is a very nice bar. Boom. Baby food. Pop the charge. Pop the charge. Pop the charge. Well played. This could be 2 bars. That's 2 bars. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful stuff for kill. Level 1. Right, okay, so fair enough. And Holy Combustion for the win. No, Bradley for the win. That was absolutely beautiful. Well played. It was great. You forgot about Fireball and it showed. Placement with the Bradley was negligible. 56k tickets. Jesus Christ. So a kill versus Kale. Oh, it's disappeared now. Caledonian, I think. 7.5k against 7.5k. Starts nicely, deep with Zen. Exactly how you should. Holds deep, drops Brandy. Yep. So look, he knows his stuff. Akil says bug with the names for me. I don't think it's a bug. I think it's Redling's attempt at blocking out names so there's less shaming in the community. Ooh, Lincoln. Ninja on the midline. Think that's enough to save the bar? Yeah, that was enough. You didn't need the Bradley. Reset time. Just hold, hold, hold. Good boy. Well played. Unlucky. Oh no, you got it. Great stuff. Hover with. Yes! Look at him. You could have held for longer there. Yeah, they went full chip damage. Unlucky. Be careful of the fireball and the Incan. Yeah. That's bar. They're overcommitting for the bar, but they've got the bar. And that's GG. Unlucky. That's GG. $5 grand cash. Holy moly. Holy me. Unlucky placement of your rats there. Again. The same thing that I said to on some phase earlier. Wait until they aggro, they target your Zen before you drop the other units, because you'd have had full health Bradley there for longer. Oh! Ignore what I've just said because it doesn't matter. Watch this. That little ring there. That ring there is unholy combustion. I think he slipped putting it back into his deck. Nice, keep them spread. You've got fireball to worry about. Ninju, yes! Your Ninju is better than theirs, damn right. It's better than theirs. We have to teach them. Because it's better than theirs. The dead card is used. These will clean up nicely because of Zen. Beautiful stuff. Look at that, bar number 2, overcommitted. We're keeping our Bradley alive. Yeah, don't put your shooter on the front line. You want at least a warrior if you can't get a tank. Boom, and that is GG. The unholy combustion cost him that game. Nice stuff. Started exactly the same in every single game. Consistent. Unholy combustion on Zen. What? You're quite aggressive with your Bradley, aren't you? This is Bebe food if you don't sort her out quickly. Unlucky. Pop charge. Boom. This is great midline stuff. Their rats are going to clear up there, but they're not going to do slave, so you're still at the advantage. They're resetting. I think you might need to as well. Nope. Instead of resetting, you drop Mid Ninja on the midline. All of those clocks will clean up and take the bar. Look at that play. Is it a 2-bar push? Yes, it is. Boom. One more. No, unlucky. Pause it there. Even though you're going to get the bar, blah, 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 you could have taken the damage, hover over Slave and the new kid. It blows up Slave, and the splash damage will take the rest of that bar. Zap, 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 zap. Risky. You could have been 2-0 up by this point. Without using any more energy than you did already. Wait for the unholy combustion. 4, 3, 2. Yep. GG. Absolutely well played, a kill. Couple of little things, little tweaks here and there. But all in all, your gameplay is second to none right now. Next up, we've got our Danny boy. Ooh, Danny boy. Let's get to it. Just as half time. Danny, do not tell me the score at all. I want to watch it without knowing the score. If you tell me the score before I've seen it, then you will concede the whole bet. I promise you that. Your hesitation here cost you. You had Professor Chaos. 14-0 to Tottenham United. Watch. As soon as you see it, you can see it. Because it's level 3, it doesn't die straight away. But your hesitation cost you your Mackie. We need to reset. Nicely done. What you could have done, let me just bring that back. Wait for it. Come on. Right, look at the ring of DAR, right? You can drop her behind the new kids and reset better. Because you have to do it. That's pretty much the best play right now with the energy you have and what's coming at you. You drop deeper, that brings your opponent into your side rather than a 50-50 battle in the middle. It would have been the slightly better play. Now you need to reset. You didn't have to drop your call girl there. You could have waited. Tagrius says, honestly, I think I sit back and call girl here instead of Dara on MJR. Maybe that's where I'm wrong. Honestly, that is the only other play that I would make. Both of them, I would say, are viable. The reason why I would opt to go Dara over call girl, yeah, of course. The only reason I'd opt for Dara over call girl in that immediate is you're sitting on 4 energy. You have to wait for the 6 energy to get call girl, so you could take damage there. But even if you have the energy, I'd still go Dar. The reason for it is you get a fully reset MJR, you get call girl, you get DAR as another unit, and then you can add call girl on top, which inevitably is about to bring out Coon, that's boosted by the MJR and his inevitable plant as well. So you get a bigger push if you use Dar first. If you use Call Girl first, you won't have enough energy for Dar until it's too late, and then you can't Dar back MJR to reset him. But again, had he have gone with Call Girl, wouldn't have argued with it because that's the only other play that would have worked there. It's just the more optimal play is definitely the Dar. So he did the right thing. The only thing that I'd argue is his placement needs to go a little bit deeper. Overcommitted for the bar. Did not need the rats. They're dead before you even take the bar. You're taking that anyway. We would have been on 10 energy now, which meant you'd have been able to get Call Girl out already. You haven't lost anything from it, but it would have been the better play. That second bar. Need to start thinking about resetting. We're on 10 energy. I drop Kenny in the top corner. I'd still drop Kenny in the top corner. And that's GG. Very well played, Danny. All in all, very, very well played. Couple of little tweaks to the gameplay that I'd make, but you closed it off nicely. Right, so gameplay number 2 from our Danny boy. Whilst that's just loading, Tiger says, that makes sense. I sometimes falter when trying to build a big push and think too much value ahead. Don't defend enough sometimes. I build too much of a push and waste it into bars a lot. It's one of the most common things, Thagrius, is where people overcommit, where people think they don't know what they need to defend, they don't know what they need to attack, to take a bar, and a lot of people overcommit. It just takes getting used to understanding the exact damage profile of your card and the exact defense profile of the other cards, or flip it around, vice versa, where you're defending. But I would argue that defense wins you games. Resetting wins you games. Overcommitting will maybe get you a bar, but you'll end up losing more because you're wasting energy for it. Right. Let's get to it. Right there. Have some patience, Danny. I'm just taking a big hit. At least get the charge that you've popped out first, Jesus. But you've committed by that straight onto the midline. And now you're defending with very little energy. Mackie's going to help you a lot. Chaos needs to happen. Chaos should have happened. You need to deal with that kite. Have a look at that little chomper on the ground there, Danny. And look where you've spawned your unit. There was no need for your tank to take any damage from something that you knew existed. Placement issue there. Chaos. Now you need to reset. And instead of resetting, we drop rats on the midline. Just because it worked doesn't mean it was a good play. I like the Kenny in the top. But maybe not quite as early. because it's leaving you with a little bit of less energy. Again, you've got 3/4 health. It's about to pop a charge. Danny, you need to have some trigger discipline. I don't understand the lightning bolt on your dart there.
She was standing there, looking at the waves, looking at the moon.
This is bar. Just hold, just hold. You get in this bar. You pop back.
Standing all alone.
Please stop using super fart, guys. It does nothing. It wastes energy.
For a chance to see his face again. Ooh, why?
Negligible comment, but this chaos play, if you'd have dropped it a little deeper, he'd have stayed alive for this.
When will bring the news?
Like, you've won this. It's 4 seconds, but still,
She will still believe
it would have been a better play.
he'll be back again.
Nicely done, though. You're playing well at the moment, Danny. Much better than what I've seen before of you. Much, much better.
Moon will understand. But the cruel waves will say that is the end. Why?
Here we go. Power bind on those 2 units when it's an adventure deck. The aggression on the opponent. Cost him, yeah? Too early. Understand your cards, Danny. Can I just quote what you just said? So Danny said, I've been playing this deck for nearly a year now, man. It's like Molly said, learn the cards. Do we actually? Yeah. The volume's disappeared, Danny. Yeah, there's no volume on it. Somehow it disappeared. So you need to know your death animation timings for Pope. Still wasn't bad. Let me guess, you're gonna dar MJR before he even needs it. Wait, pop the charge and dar it. Trigger discipline, dude. Nice holding for that pop charge there. Okay, now you need to reset. Rats play. That bar should never have happened. Never. You've got Chaos there. You've got Hermes there. You've got Mosquito there. Because you're so adamant to get Call Girl out, you lose the bar. Amateurish, unfortunately. Mozzie out, boost cone. See it, nice. Pop charge. Easily dealt with. Save the chaos for Dougie. Dougie's coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. There he is. So predictable. Nicely done. Nicely done. Nicely done. You can see improvements in your gameplay there, Danny, I'm not gonna lie. Much better than you've been doing before. The little mistakes you're doing now are tweaking it so that you know the timing of little things and stuff like that, not just stupid mistakes, as we've seen from you in the past. So you're coming along nicely. So I hope today everybody can take away something. If anything, the transmog or the the unholy combustion fails from our opponents today. Yeah, I suppose we'll see you next Sunday.